Discords that I'm in, I be seeing people posting back to back profits, profits, profits. I'm like, damn, how many times did you trade today? It gave me a damn good idea on my Lemonade account. Okay. And Lemonade is just, TikTok's alternative, their other platform. Okay. So look, I've been posting those little clips and posts about turning $100 to $1,000. And somebody commented and said, what about us girlies who like to trade bigger companies or well-known companies? We new to this and we don't got that much to put in. And so somebody else come in and was like, well, I see some profits on my out of the money option. It don't be a whole lot, but I'm fine with that. And so if you didn't see my video that I posted the other day from when one of my students asked me, when is it a good time to get out of the money option trades or to get strikes that are way out of the money versus in the money or at the money? And I thought that, I'm like, you know what, why didn't I think about that when my student asked me that? And I guess, I don't know, my mind wasn't there because I'm always set on a high delta, being in the money, at the money, or as close to that share price as possible, okay? So that gave me a good idea. What I'm going to do for episode 3 is I'm going to go an out of the money option to show you what it looks like, okay? And then most likely, it's the same damn process. You're just paying cheaper. You got lower delta, and it's going to take us longer to see profit unless that thing just start pouring up or down to get closer and closer to that strike price, okay? So I'm definitely looking at Palantir still because I'm trying to see if it's going to hit up at that 113, 114 resistance because it was up there in pre-market, and I want to see where it goes. If it does, then we're going to enter at that resistance, and we're going to kind of ride it down. Now, whether it's a win or it's a loss, okay, it doesn't matter. The whole thing is to show you guys how it moves and just how long it might take. So if I got into that play and somebody got into like a $114 strike, basically at the money or, pretty almost there, they will see profits much, much, much faster, okay? More than likely, we just might see a delta of like maybe 10 cents, maybe 9 cents, maybe 8 cents, somewhere around that arena. And then you got the ones who will be in the money or at the money with 50-cent deltas, 40-cent deltas, 60-cent deltas, okay? So that was a damn good idea, and I'm definitely going to follow with that one because I think this will be something good to show us in a play that we might be familiar with, a company, and then we're just going further out versus being, $150, $200 because we got $317. So in this episode, we're probably going to risk like maybe 40, 50, 60, depending on which strike that we pick. So I'm going to look at these charts. I'm about to get my coffee. I also got to get out. Got to pack up some trading journals and little black book of candlesticks. If you haven't gotten them, you can find yours down below. More colors on the trading journals are coming. Red, green, light blue, and the white are also will be in soon. So let me get my coffee and get myself situated back on the charts, and we are going to try to find our play, pick our strike, and we will be on set for episode 3 to commence. To get these things out, I literally had to go to Dollar Tree and get some shipping, some mailers because I went through 200 of these damn things in 2 days, 198 of them being Pacific because I got 2 left. So all of them gone and about to get these bad boys packed up. And these right here, absolutely free when you get 2 or more books. This is just a notebook for you to take your trading notes. And if you want to put your stuff in here and then move it to your journal, that can be done. All right. So I'm about to get these things up and get to the charts. Oh, by the way, shout out to my Duke, y'all. She got me another label printer because I had one, but it wasn't Bluetooth. And that shit was getting old and got the label printer to speed up these label printing again. So once I get this done, headed to the charts to see about our trade, and we will go from there on our new episodes. We are looking to get into put, okay? I was waiting for it to get back up here. You guys see now it's damn near 4 o'clock, about 30 minutes before the market closed. You see this little shape here? This could potentially be the start of creating a double bottom, okay? But a lot of times it just all depends. Like it may not go all the way down and hit this level again or up here, but we are going to get into a put that I have all plans of exiting on tomorrow. Okay, so this is the level I was waiting for, and they wanted to see what it looked like to get something that was out of the money. Now this stock is 114. Us going up here out of the money, saying we believe that this thing is going to go down to one of these prices. So let's look at this 100. We say we believe that Palantir is going to go down to $100, and it's going to cost us $44. Okay, so let's just say we do. Let's just do this one for 50. Okay, we're gonna do the one for $50. All right, we're just gonna go ahead. So we got 50 limit. It expires on May 2nd. It's 101 strike price. All right, good for day, and we're gonna hit place our order. All right. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to put us out of the money on this trade. Okay. I'm going to take that out. So now that we officially have our trade open, we see where this thing goes tomorrow. Now let's look up in here at this option chain. We went to 101. The delta on this bad boy is 9 cents. Okay, you see how it's a 9 cents there, but if you come down further, like at the money, it's a 49-cent delta. In the money, 50 cent, and you see it gets higher and higher the deeper in the money that you go. This is why going so far out of the money is not something that especially us as day traders are always interested in, because when you go deeper and deeper, your delta is getting lower and lower, meaning it takes a little bit longer to see profits on your position. So I thought that was a damn good idea to use to show you guys what it looks like. Whereas you don't have to always go in the money to trade options that you don't have to be in the trade too long. Okay, so we have officially entered a Palantir put, and we're going to use this as episode 3 to show you guys what it looks like to go out of the money, and to show you guys the lesson in it and the difference in it from our first 2 plays where we were in the money or we were at the money with Nvidia as well as GameStop. That's done. We have entered the play. I have showed y'all, what it looks like, and quite honestly, the shit don't really be no different, y'all. It's just that the further you go out, the longer it might take to see some profits. Unless, now I will say this too, I gotta try to find that play, but it was like a while back. I got into like a Tesla put. I want to say I paid like $15 for it, and it dropped. Now, if you like, I try to keep y'all in remembrance or reminded. I try to keep y'all reminded. I try to keep y'all reminded. Tesla moves in like $7 to $10 increments sometimes, and there are times where it makes even bigger moves. So I turned like a $15 put. Like y'all, when I say I was out of the money, I don't even know if that was considered out of the money. That shit was so far away, because in order to get a $15 position or strike on Tesla, you are going to be scrolling forever trying to find a option that's in that range, because Tesla has extremely high volatility. It moves in massive increments on a daily basis. And so it's just like, you might see some starting at like, $10 a contract, 9, 8. It's like it takes a while before you even get to the hundreds sometimes. So that's just how far away I was. So it's just like, it doesn't take a whole lot. Okay, but that 15 I think turned into like $45. What else can you turn 15 into $45? And I think I probably was in that, like, it might have been like an hour. It took a minute, y'all. It took a minute, but I mean, an hour is a long time considering someone else who was in the money or at the money play, or a little further down with a higher delta. They probably saw their profits probably in like, it could have been like 15, 20 minutes maybe, but I had that thing for like an hour. I wasn't tripping. It's $15. What the hell is 15? It was just something. So I can't remember why I did it, but I did it. I closed the position with $45 from that 15. So not bad, not bad. So it's definitely possible to do out of the money options. It's just that depending on what type of profits you're trying to see, then, just got to take that into consideration. And a lot of people, in some of these discords that I'm in, I be seeing people posting back to back profits, profits, profits. I'm like, damn, How many times did you trade today? And I saw one guy who said he made $350 for the day, and he probably uploaded like 20, 30 trades, okay? And like, I'm just scrolling like, damn, he been trading all day. He wasn't tripping on small profits, and he was getting really small. He was getting them cheap deltas, getting the profits, and just letting it grow all day, all day. And by the end of the day, he was up like $350. You can do that if you have the time. A lot of us, I used to, but I didn't do 20, 30 trades a day. I used to do maybe like 5, sometimes 7 trades a day, and taking like 20, $30 profits until I built up my account a little bit more. I did this a while back, y'all, and it's worth it if you have the time, because it gives you that ability to learn how to fish for stocks to get into and find, great entries, and you exit it and you just let your profits compound on the day. And so it's definitely something worth doing if you are able to just sit and watch the charts out there. If you got time to just watch the charts, not leave it, stay in front, glued to that computer, is absolutely possible. But a lot of times you will see that it gets to a point where you don't want to trade in that manner no more. And that's something that I got to, where I started swinging more versus, doing a whole lot of day trades. And I do still day trade. I mostly day trade with like SPY, QQQ, and Tesla when I do it. And the others I have no problem holding, okay, as long as everything is going according to plan. So it's possible to go out of the money. Go watch the video that I posted where I was just kind of explaining that. And then also watch the other video that I posted where I talked about, in the money, at the money, and out of the money strike prices, sort of explaining that as well for those of you who don't get it. So that was it. The play has been entered. I should have recorded more, y'all, but I had to leave out, and so I couldn't record like the full thing. But I did get the part where I showed you guys where we was up at that resistance and where we entered into our play. Okay, so that we got that part down. So this is episode 3, y'all, and yeah, and I gotta leave back out because I gotta go and take those stuff to the post office that I packed earlier. So I'm about to do that. I hope you guys had an amazing trade today, a great Monday, and we shall see what this thing does with our option. It expires on Friday, so either we don't get out tomorrow, we hold it until Friday, but just know this one may be a little bit slower unless Palantir could really make that pullback to come down some, okay? But also remember, we don't have to stay in it until it hits $102, okay? We can try to get down mid-range and just take whatever profit that it presents to us so that you guys can just see, okay, that they had a 9-cent delta. We went far out of the money, $14 away from what the stock price, well, $12 from what the stock price was when we entered. And just to kind of give you an understanding, and yes, you can go out of the money. You can see some profits. Will it take longer? Yes, or just depending. So I will see you guys in the recap for this episode, and you all have an amazing night.